Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder in the PV-2D, and this game will be fantastic for me, the way that I played it and the way that it turns out, and not just only my performance and the results that I get out of this match are pretty okay in my opinion, but it's also the rest of the team doing well. And I think when an American team does well, we have to ask ourselves why that is. So that is what I will talk about in this game. I will talk about the PV-2D and especially the first amazing run. And so, well, sorry about the lack of War Thunder content recently, but I could not be asked to just simply sit in front of the PC with this nice weather, with all the fishing, with all the fish that I caught and the fishing that I did over the past few days. And you saw the result in one video, and you guys seem to really have liked it, so I want to consider doing some more. It's not about the amount of views, but the amount of likes that I got per view, so to say, or per 1,000 views. So this is what I really had fun doing. And well, there are multiple reasons why I played the PV-2D. It's a fantastic medium bomber, fantastic for this battle rating. The next thing is I need again some silver lines. Yes, I know all the memes about this rich boy YouTuber. I have above 100 million silver lines, but it's just above 100 million silver lines, and I always keep the balance above 100 million silver lines. Thinking about the next patch, of which we know nothing but the number 1.91, it will be again about high tier. It will be again very expensive, so I better start grinding some silver lines right now. And I have absolutely no interest whatsoever in playing top tier. It's just the same story over and over again, and it's totally crazy. Sorry about this, but this is what War Thunder made great in the beginning. What made War Thunder great in the beginning? Planes, props, and they got it. So here is a little tactic. I fly very fast and very low, use my spawn altitude, and now I shoot a rocket salvo at the enemy bombing point. I have overall 8 rockets, and then I drop out of the 6 1,000-pound bombs 2 of them on this bombing point, and I continue then to turn around to the other one. Thanks to the fuse delay, we got not damaged by our own bomb blasts, and I try to do the same. Why do I get away with this? Well, because I use here the discipline of the Axis team against them. They're all climbing in fighters towards, well, the anticipated bomber line. But in this match, my team actually doesn't have any bomber aside from me and another naval light bomber, if you will. And that is where the Germans get caught off guard a little bit. There you can see they are above me, but they don't see me due to the spotting mechanics in War Thunder. If you fly very low to the ground and the enemy is above you, significantly above you, you can be directly below them and they just don't see them. You don't get red boxed. They still see your plane flying around, but they have to look down before that. And some of them are not watching the minimap, the radar. They don't get the message that one of their bombing points got deleted, and maybe that's that one guy in a B-25 or what. But no, I'm in a PV-2D. I have twice the amount of 1,000-pound bombs than a B-25, which is at a higher rank and a higher battle rating. This plane has 3.3, and well, the B-25 begins at 4.0 and 4.3 respectively with their battle rating, and I also additionally have some rockets, and the plane, the maneuverability, the flight characteristics of this plane are simply superior to the ones of a B-25. That's just how it is, at least when I remember. Now, it's not just about the rockets and the bombs, it's also about the flying characteristics, as I said, and also the defensive gunners and the offensive armament. And a lot of American medium bombers have this, that they have frontal facing 50 cals. In this, we don't have 2, like the B-34. It's not 6, like on the B-25. Although they have a few variations, it's 8, centralized. So I have the centralized frontal firepower of a P-47D. Yes, I don't have that much ammunition, only 2,000 rounds, but still, that is significant. And we'll see how this works out throughout this match. So here I have a lot of ducka ducka, there is a duck, so the question is, can we ducka ducka the duck? Quack? Okay, I stop right there, but you know, cheap jokes are free on this channel. Now I feel very confident engaging the HS-129. Even if I trade here, it's still a trade, and I, as a medium bomber, would have 1 kill under my belt. And that is then really great, because then I did my job already. I bombed the bombing points, and I killed the fighter. But he didn't see me coming, and I'm sorry here for my aim, but nevertheless, I still am way superior in my flying characteristics. The engines of the duck are not the strongest. They also tend to overheat after a certain amount of time. You have to play around with war. If you use the web, that you have to use the manual engine control, and not everybody knows how to do this, and some of them don't bother. So I have here also no need for the manual engine control. And finally we get a critical hit. We blow off the surface controls, the control surfaces of the duck, and we bag ourselves our first kill. Hopefully it will not be the last. So now I have done all the tasks that were asked from me, I guess, as a medium bomber. I destroyed all the bombing points. I destroyed 1 critical ground targets. Yes, it's the pillboxes. Yes, they take a bit more ammunition, but therefore they give more civil lines and RP. So here is the Dotran 17, and I got him probably with a pilot snipe. It is obviously down to discussing it if that was a bit of a kill steal, but the F2A was so bad. It was so bad that I just felt like, okay, let's give this an end. Let's free this fighter. I have to go home anyway. Yeah, that's the thing, but he was not really on fire, and it was not clear if the if the F2A would have killed him here. I know a lot of people are then going to get moral elitists in the comment section about something like this, but I have to grind civil lines, and I don't take prisoners. Oh no. So the PV-2D, what kind of a beast is it? Let's go through all the selection of weaponry again, and then you can see how strong this plane is. So it's fast, it's maneuverable, it has 850 cals with good belt selection, it has a twin 50 cal defensive turret, and also 1 twin 50 cal mounting on the fuselage bottom. And then we have a huge variety of bombs. We only can take 8 HVARs. We only can take we also can take 8 HVARs and 2 tiny TIMs. We can take also a torpedo, a Mark 1344, one of the best torpedoes that there is, in conjunction with 8 rockets, and then some lower bomb loads, but my favorite is obviously the 8 HVARs and the 6 1,000 pound bombs. And that is just fantastic. Also, we have the maximum we have a rather bad civil line modifier of 1.5 instead of 2.4. So that got recently nerfed. Gaijin, Gaijin, Gaijin! Yeah, that's the thing with planes like this. If they get too successful, unsurprisingly, in the statistics at Gaijin headquarters, Gaijin is always fiddling around with the damage models, with the flight performance, with even sometimes the payload on tanks and planes and ships alike, and they also don't feel bad about killing the civil line and the RP modifiers with this premium plane. But hey, it's not a problem, right? It's only a reward plane. Oh wait, there is something called the marketplace. Interesting prices. There you can see that that this plane is really rare, and the prices that the sellers ask for begins at 316 Gaijin coins. So that's $360 for a battle rating 3.3 plane. There you can see how good it is, how rare Gaijin keeps it, and it is absolutely crazy, you know. And the fourth prize is 999.99 Gaijin coins. Yeah. What the hell, community? Please behave, greedy bastards. You have learned a lot from Gaijin, haven't you? Wow, that has never happened before in War Thunder with the marketplace and rather rare overperforming premium reward vehicles, right? Oh, sorry, I forgot about the Packwagen, the Sonderkraftfahrzeug 234-4 and also the KV-220. Nah, that has never happened before, has it? Marketplace? Oh, yeah. Okay, but that's not of our concern today. Let's go back into the match, and there it is. There you can see that a lot of fighters of our team are left. We have the upper hand. We have the upper hand in the strategic positioning and the points, and we have more fighters left, etc. We are on a good way. The next thing is that somebody just launched an Antimech order, and I am just starting from the runway. Yeah, and so if they are already farming all the ground units, then the enemies should farm the anti-aircraft batteries. We will see why this is so important later on. So, with 1.35 tons of TNT equivalent dropped on bombing points, one ground unit, a light pillbox, and 2 enemy aircraft killed, I think I have done my fair share, but I cannot rely on players at this battle rating. That's not an elitist statement, but maybe they are damaged and will not make it home. Maybe they are out of ammunition. Maybe their planes are stock, and maybe they are new, which is something completely understandable at this battle rating. So I still have to carry to get to the promised land, that is the victory. Let's talk a bit for the Antimech order here, because I think this is worth talking about. You can activate such an order and then you have roughly a few minutes time to deal with the enemy ground units. Might it be for real tankers in tank RB with your plane or with your tank itself, and you get the highest amount of kills, then after the clock runs down you get an extra 3 times the amount of silver lines that are the normal kills worth it. So in conjunction with a premium account and also with a premium tank with a good silver line modifier or plane, you can earn a significant portion of silver lines if you activate it at the right time and then get really a good amount of kills, and you just get the most amount of kills, then it pays off. That dude that has launched it or activated it completely misfired it. Why? Seems like he was not in a good position to farm the ground units, and if you only farm the AAA positions and the artillery positions, the howitzers, maybe some AAA trucks or some light tanks, it's not really paying that much off, and this is where then I have to step in and overtake this order. Now, I started from my runway when the order was activated, so I don't have all that much time. It's already discussable if I will make it to the ground units in time. And, well, if such an order is activated, everybody again gets greedy. That is one of the downsides that I didn't really talk about in my activate order AAA video, which is a rather well-received video, where I earned in one match nearly 1,000,000 silver lines. And there was criticism. I don't have this premium plane. I don't have the premium account. Yeah, but even as a free-to-play player, as an occasional player, you can triple your income. And that is better than nothing, right? And a lot of people don't know about those orders. So here I line up my plane with 2 of the light pillboxes, and I am about to drop the bombs. I only have like half a minute left, so I better make them count. When you drop those bombs, you have to drop them a bit earlier than when the crosshair is directly above them. Here that is more or less a Stuka attack. We get the first kill, we get then shortly the second kill. Yeah, there we go. And here we drop again the bombs like this, and that's a triple strike. And with the last few seconds I get 1 ground target more, and I then receive nearly 12,000 silver lines as a bonus, just because, and I still have some rockets left. Meanwhile, you remember when I talked about the AAA positions? Yes, at the moment they are way too strong, and one of my engines has an oil leak. That will come back later a bit. So at the moment I just want to get rid of my rockets, and then I plan to go home. But I already spotted the enemy medium bomber, the SM-79, and that is just too good of an opportunity, because a plane kill is worth quite a bit. But I remembered also the Spitfire hanging around in this vicinity, and there he is, let's swing around. Let's hope that he is an idiot and goes head on with me, but he kind of saw it coming and he pulls up. The thing is, I'm too slow at the moment and I already have engine damage, and he does the appropriate kind of movements as you should do in a Spitfire. So I confuse him here a little bit by flying not in a straight line and trying to just maneuver in such a way that I can get my front guns on him. Then the SM-79 goes into the fight as well, and now I have to move around, but then I receive damage, so the plane wobbles around a little bit, and now I have to get my 50 cals on the Spitfire, and at this short distance I always have massive problems making them count, but eventually I'll find the range, I'll find the appropriate location. We get the hits in just in a moment, and there he is. But he inflicted so much damage, it's incredible. And the SM-79 is coming in for another head-on. But by this time I lost so much control over the aircraft that I'll doubt I will make it into a head-on with this plane, and it looks like I just couldn't control here the plane. I got a critical hit in, and then I tried to gun him down with my 50 cals, but there was a short delay in the turning, and so I didn't get in the necessary hits. So now the question is, can I make it back home? Both engines have lost oil. My left engine already is yellow and has been overheating for quite some time. I can no longer afford to hang around. I have expended all my bombs and all my rockets, and I still have a few 50 caliber rounds left, but I need to make it home, and it just might be good enough. But on the other hand, is it really because the distance is so great, I'm so slow, so I choose to take here on one of the light pillboxes. And a lot of you think right now, obviously Napalm has to make it home because there are a few minutes left on the video. Yeah, we'll see about that in a moment. So there on the far end of the map is our airport, and I just have no energy. I only have to rely here on the engine output, and it's questionable if they will hold up that long. And when you have an oil leak, there is nothing that you can do about it. You are on a timer, so I have to web anyways. There is nothing that you can do in my experience with manual engine control, and even landing and trying to maneuver with turning the engines off and on, that even if it would pay off, it would take so incredible long because the distances are just so great for the speed that you're doing. So I want to use the engines as long as possible, and then if it's inevitable and the one engine dies, then I try to land and to just roll to the airfield with the last remaining engine. And maybe, just maybe, we can make it there. Let's see if that works. But even if I die right here, I'm pretty confident that my team can make it, because at the moment there are only 2 enemy bombers left, an SM-79 and a Z-1007, I guess, and I killed the Spitfire as the last enemy fighter. So we have here a very good chance of winning. And this is only possible because the rest of the team are not bombers, but in fact fighters. And yes, I reduced the enemy's ticket single-handedly by a significant portion. I killed all 3 bombing points, I killed 3 enemy planes, but it might just not be enough. With the timer, some lucky bomb drops on the vehicles that are just about to appear, etc, etc. So with that in mind, I really feel now that the engines are losing power. That is not a good sign. It's already incredible how long they lasted up until this point, but now we are stepping from yellow to orange on the left engine, and you really feel the engine power loss. So it's not great news. Usually in a fighter, if you're far away from your airfield, you can actually use the engine power to climb. Put as much energy into altitude and make it home and fly into the direction of your home airfield, and then you can glide very often a significant portion depending on the altitude and before your engine dies. And very often I've made it back, but you can see now it is red. There is even more power loss, and I'm not even sure if I can make it over this this hill there. So I deploy the landing gear, and I have no idea how it looks below this ridge line or behind this ridge line. And there you can see the damage models kicking in screaming because there is not enough engine, not enough airflow over the damaged control surfaces, etc. And oh, that's not good, that's not good, that's not good. I'm way too fast and I crash landed. God damn it. I was denied entrance into the Holy Land that is my airfield. Ugh. And that Spitfire actually got the kill for it. Oh well. So I am still a capable anti-aircraft platform, but I am literally in nowhere. And I see now the enemy bomber, and just to add here a little bit more, well, happy reward for those who kills that guy, I activated one blind ton. It's an absolute waste of this, and I saw it on my radar already, but just to give that guy that secures the kill here a few extra silver lines. And yes, the Spitfire just killed the Z1007 BIS, and that was the last enemy player. I died, but I think I had a good impact, and look at this. Over a third of my team is still alive. Funnily enough, the other non-fighter of my team, the SBD3, is still alive, and this is how the match ended. Yes, Thunder Award. And we won this match. How good is that? Because we didn't waste our resources in too many non-fighters. And the ones that were there were also pretty effective. So without a Silver Line booster, I got 123,000 silver lines and nearly 20,000 modification research points, which would be essentially more if I would research anything at this tier or one tier above this. But guys, the plane is not worth 360 Gaijin coins, especially since the silver line modifier for it was reduced from previously 2.4 to 1.5. That is just Gaijin shenanigans all over again. That's it for me today, so thanks for watching, thanks for listening, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, give it a subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other in the skies of War Thunder.